So in the next video or so, we're going to talk about package design. And this just happened to be laying around. I didn't pick it for any other reason than that, but I want to take you through what it would take to make a basic rectangular package. So some of the things you need to think about is how do you get it to fold up together? How do you make lids that stay in place? And so what I'll first do is I'll dissect this. I'll get a little steam going and I'll find out where the glue is that holds this together and take it apart, because the biggest challenge when you're doing package design is figuring out how do I get this to one flat piece of paper that I can print on, and then where does everything go and what does it look like. So I will take this apart, come back and show you, and then throughout the next few minutes I'll go and I'll build something like this from scratch so that you can see what it takes to print it and then cut it and fold it and put it all together. I used a little bit of steam on this so that you can see what this would look like laying flat before it's put together. And so probably the only thing that may be unusual to you is this little flap here, and that's just used just for the purpose of putting glue on so that you can come around with the last flap, which is now a little bit beat up from the steam. And an important concept to get from this is the idea of bleeds. So you can see that the ink from this side panel actually bleeds into the flap here, and then anywhere that there was ink along here would actually have to bleed into the rest of the paper. So a good way to start working on any package, whether it's something as simple as a rectangle, but even especially when you get to things that are more complex, is just start making drawings of what you think it would look like, and then give it a try. Cut this out with a razor blade, put it together. You'll notice things like this panel and this panel have to be the same width, and then these two panels here would have to be the same, and then whatever you come up with for the thickness is going to have to work here. But don't try to figure out all that stuff the first time around. You're better off just to do a little bit of trial and error, and then once you get it to this point, then go into Illustrator and try a little bit more from there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to build a template like this in Illustrator so that you can see. It'll be another test one like this, and you might be thinking, well, when I look at this, I don't see these lines that you have there, and you're absolutely correct, but we'll take it one step at a time. First, we'll just figure out how to make the basics, and then we'll figure out what technique you can use at home to mock this up so that you wouldn't have to print lines here to know where to fold it.